A very good afternoon, friends. Myself, Professor S.S. Juble, and today we are going to understand what are the basics of lathe and its various operations which are carried out on lathe machines. Okay. So before going to the machine shop, there is a most important part to secure your safety, that you must follow the safety rules and regulations. Before working on the machine, you must have a hand gloves with you. Also, you have helmet with you on your head, because in the machine shop there are various machining parts are there, etc. So it will be hampering your body. To avoid this, you must follow the safety rules regulations. So from the hand gloves, from the helmet, and you also have a shoes with you. That particular leather shoes or safety shoes you have to wear while working on the lathe. So come over here. You can see this is a general lathe machine in machine shop. You can see over here there is a headstock over here, there is a tailstock over here, spindle is there, cross slide is there, tool post is there. This is the what we call as a chuck, and there are different types of chucks. Here there is a 4-jaw chuck. There are two types of chuck, 3-jaw chuck and 4-jaw chuck. This is a 4-jaw chuck. Okay. So apart from this, look at this. This is a carriage. You can see over here. This is a carriage. This movement is also called as a longitudinal movement. You can see positive x and negative x, both our direction are controlled by this longitudinal movement. Another, there is a cross slide is there. Look at this. You can vary the y direction. This is the y direction. There is any for doing the facing operation or etc. operation, you can use this. Apart from this, on this cross slide, there is a tool post. Tool post is a device in which we can mount the tool. Look at this. We can see over here. Here is a single point cutting tool which is mounted on the tool post, and also a knurling tool is there which is also mounted on the tool post. So there are different types of tools which are mounted on the tool post. Apart from this, you can see over here there is a lead screw over there. The lead screw gives the movement to the entire cross slide. Okay, so entire carriage movement is given by this. Then we have, there are two types of motions, that is forward motion and reverse motion. There are two types of motion which is given to the headstock by this speed control, what we call as a forward and reverse motion. Apart from this, you can see over here there is a DC shunt motor which gives the constant speed. Look at this. This is a DC shunt motor actually, and it gives a constant speed to the entire lathe. So look at this. There is a small pulley at the output shaft, and which is connected this stepped pulley through a belt drive. This is belt drive. So speed of the lathe can be varied by shifting this belt towards the smaller pulley, medium pulley, and both larger pulley. Look at this. I will just shift the notch. I will shift. I want to, if I want to increase the speed, look at this. I will place it on the smaller pulley, and this on the larger pulley, and this just lock it. So you can, in this way, by locking in the different position, we can vary the speed of the lathe machine. Okay. So apart from this, you have what we call as a guideways. These are the guideways. On these guideways, this entire carriage is moved. Okay. So this carriage is giving a high surface smooth finish, so that the carriage can be moved easily. This guideways can be made up of FG260, that is grey cast iron having ultimate tensile strength is nothing but 260 Newton per mm square. Okay. So apart from this, we have a lathe column. This entire these are the two legs of lathe on which this entire machine is rested. Before establishing a lathe, you must balance the lathe at the 0-0 level, and then we go for the machining. Look at this. At the another end of the lathe, you can just see over here. This is a general gear train is there. There are n number of gears, small gear, large gear. So these are what we call as a gear train. In this gear train, there are n number of spur gears are there, which are connected to each other to transmit the power and motion. So we have to do number of operations on this lathe. Starting from the first point, look at this. Another important consideration in the carriage is there. This is the what we call as a lead screw arrangement. By adjusting a lead screw, we can do lathe automatic or also in by manual. Currently this lathe is in manual operation. We can move the carriage manually by this particular wheel. Okay. Whenever we want to require this lathe in automatic, that time you can engage the lead screw by using these two particular knobs. So you can see over here, you can come closer, you can see over here, there are n number of different types of degrees, 0 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. You can adjust the tool post by giving a specific angle as per our requirement for taper, turning, etc. operations. Okay. So I will start from the first point of view. Just first you have to check that your entire machine is clean or not. If your machine is clean, only then you are going to mount the job. Before mounting the job, you must know there are two types of keys. This is what we called as a chuck key. Chuck key is used for mounting different jobs in a chuck. Look at this. When we move the clockwise direction, job come inside it. Okay. And when we move anti-clockwise direction, all jaws go outside from the inside to outside. Okay. So in this way you can mount this job inside the chuck key. Look at this. I will going to mount this job inside the chuck key. Look at this. Just I will move the clockwise. I will just tighten the job. You can see over here. I will tighten the job, and at the end I will just check whether it is a perfectly fit or not. Look at this. We can vary the speed. Look at this. There is a slow speed in this case. If we want to increase the speed, just stop the machine. Go for the belt. Just shift the position of the belt from larger pulley to smaller pulley. Lock it, and then again once you check, there is an increase in the speed. Look at this. The speed suddenly goes on increasing. So varying speed can be adapted by this stepped pulley. Okay. So this is the general what we call as a mounting of the job inside a chuck. So there are n number of operations we can do. You can see over here there is a single point cutting tool. By using this single point cutting tool, we go for the turning operation. We also go for the facing operation. By using this another what we call as a knurling tool, we can do a knurling operation on the job. You can see over here that there is a knurling operation completed on the job. Look at this. So this is a rough job for the consideration. So there are the n number of tools which can be mounted on this particular tool post. Good afternoon friends. You can see over here we can mount one job, normally just a casting or finished job, semi-finished job, which are inserted into the chuck. This is a 4-jaw chuck and we have to just clamp it. Okay. So we have to do the number of operations like turning, facing, central drilling, knurling, parting operation, etc. on the lathe. So starting from the first process, that is turning. In case of turning, you have to move the tool parallel to the job axis. Okay. So you can see over here, this is a single point cutting tool. Look at this. First of all, I will check whether it is a single point cutting tool is in contact with the job or not. Look at this. Till you don't know. Look at this. This is a first cut. First of all, you have to do the just simple rough cut. First of all, just remove the small amount of material from the turning on the job. Then we go for the next operation. Look at this. I will go for the first cutting. I will shift it to the next cut. You can see over here. You can see over here, I'm going to do the turning operation on this job. So one basic fundamental requirement is that in case of turning operation, you can reduce the diameter of the job. Okay, and in this case, your tool must move parallel to the job axis. Look at this. I will just withdraw behind. Just check. Look at this. Just check. We can move this particular tool with the parallel to the job axis. Okay. So I will show you one of the turning operation which are carried over here. Look at this. Just concentrate on this. This one division is equal to 0.1 mm. Okay. So I will add a cut of 0.5 mm. So this is first division, second division, third division, fourth, and this is fifth. So 5 divisions means 0.5 mm because one division is 0.1 mm. So you can see over this. I will go for the turning operation. You have to move your tool constantly throughout the length. Look at this. Job is reduces from its diameter. Turning operation is generally done on the facing tool, change its diameter. Look at this once again. You can see over here. This is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and 0.5. So half mm depth is already given in the turning operation. Look at this. Friends, first of all we have to do the turning operation, then we are going to do the facing operation. While doing the facing operation, first of all your tool axis in case of turning operation is moving parallel to the job axis. But in case of facing operation, its orientation can be somewhat changed. Look at this. I will just lose the tool post. I will tilt it to the 45-degree angle and just again I tighten this tool post. First of all, I will go into the center. Look at this. I will just touch the tool to the job axis and then I will move this cross line. In case of turning, you have to move this large cross line. In case of facing operation, you have to move this small cross line. Look at this operation over here. Look at this operation over here. You can see over here. Once again, I will go for the center. I will exact the cut. Look at this finishing. This is what we call as a facing operation. Just see, circle goes on increasing. Have you seen? This circle goes on increasing, and is moving on increasing. Once again, I will go for the center and this X direction. I will apply the cut and go for the operation. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Once again I go for the center. Just give the feed and just see. Just see the एक धरा काय होतं जरा स्टार्ट दिस look at this general what we call as facing operation move करतो move करतो हळू हळू पॉज केल्यानंतर चालू त्यांना सराव हो सर सांगून घ्यायचं नाही बघा ऑपरेशन ते दुसरे ऑपरेशन दुसऱ्या So you can see this particular two types of operations over here. Number one is turning operation and number two is facing operation. There is a basic difference between turning and facing is in case of turning you have to reduce the diameter, in case of facing you have to reduce the length of the job. Apart from this you can go for the highest finishing. In case of highest finishing what will you do? You go for the highest speed. Okay, you have to just change the speed. Look at this, I will show you. Just change the speed to the higher level, just shift the belt from lower level to the higher level. Okay, tighten it, just see the speed, see the speed, much more speed than that of the previous. Okay, so I will again go for the facing operation. So this is a simple finishing cut. I will also do for the turning operation.
that we trust.